everybody! Today I'm going to be reading a story called The Magic Balloon. So you see here, this is a picture I actually drew. So here are the four girls. This is Ria, this is Spriha, this is Aparna, and this is Sarah. So now that we know all four characters and girls, let's get started. After school, my friends Ria, Spriya, Aparna, and I meet in our nearby community park. This is one of our daily activities. After monotonous school and strain of schoolwork, it's so refreshing to spend some good time with friends in a park. We are the best friends. Do you know why? There's so many things similar among us. Like we are the residents of the same apartment, we are students of the same school, and are studying in the same grade, but we all belong to different sections of the same grade. Though we are in different sections, still we are the best friends. We value and respect each other in our group. I believe that our group is the best group of friends in our school. Let me introduce you to each member of our group. Spriha is kind of formal and less talkative among us. She is the most intelligent student of her class. Spriha is best known for her funny one-liner comments. In our group, we are so eager to hear her rib-tickling comments. Aparna is just the opposite of Spriya. She loves to talk a lot. She is a real chatty who can even chat in her sleep as well. Oh my. Okay. Once she starts to talk, it is difficult for us to stop her to talk. She really loves to talk about almost everything and anything she's familiar with. We will call her future lawyer because it is so difficult to defeat her in any argument. Next comes Ria. She's the sweetest girl in our group. Ria's a real daydreamer, and she loves to discuss about people. She loves to share any kind of information or secrets of her classmates. She always has some information about others, and we're really excited to listen to them. Ria's stupidity doesn't end here. She just loves to hear compliments about herself. Everyone likes to get compliments, but things are a little bit different with Ria, as she likes to listen to all sorts of compliments, even if they are not genuine. She does not mind faking fake compliments she may not relate to. She proudly accepts those compliments with a broad smile on her face. At times, things are not so pleasant when her classmates take advantage of her compliment-loving nature by assigning her with some little chores. After stuffing her brain with fake compliments, she proudly accepts those fake compliments with a broad smile on her face. She does not mind performing the tasks that she has been assigned just to have fake compliments by her classmates. Let me give you an example to help you understand how Ria is fooled by her classmates. Let's suppose Ria cannot even walk properly, but still her friends would praise her as if she is the best athlete in school. This false compliment also brings a broad smile on her face. With this sort of fake compliments, anyone can easily fool her and assign her any task, and she will happily do the task just because she received a compliment. We all love to tease her for such cute, foolish things. Now it's my turn to tell you something about myself. I'm Sarah. I do not know much about myself, but one thing that I know very well about myself is that my friends like me the way I am. You know, the most difficult thing in the world is to know yourself. So let's skip this difficult task and walk to the park where my friends are waiting for me. As I reached to the entrance of the park, I saw a little girl crying over there. I asked her, "Hey dear, are you okay? Why are you crying?" The little girl replied innocently, "My mother stole my nose." The little girl's reply was so amazing for me. I just laughed at her reply and said, "Oh dear, I can see your nose on your face. No one has stolen your nose." Little girl replied, "What you see on my face is just a little portion of my nose, and the rest of my nose is with my mother. She has kept it in her purse." I laughed out loud at her response as I was about to say something to the little girl. Her mother came and thanked me formally and took her daughter with her. As I turned towards the play area of the park, I found myself surrounded with my group. Ria patted me hard on my back with her hand. This was her unique way to say hi to her friends in our group. Spriha was with her frisbee today. Spriha is much interested in sports, whether indoor or outdoor. I asked her, "So are we playing frisbee today?" Spriya nodded her head in response. Aparna brought our attention to the park, as no one was in the park other than our group. But this was not the first time when our park was all empty like this. In fact, almost every Friday evening, our group was playing, talking, and singing out loud so that our music could blare in surrounding off the empty park. It is a nice feeling when the park is all empty and a group is overjoyed and a little crazy in the park. Spriya said, "It seems like we have reserved the park for us today." Spriya speaks less, but whenever she speaks, it makes sense. We all agreed with her and said, "Very true." We were standing next to the bench. Aparna pointed at the bench and said, "Let's sit here for a while and talk a bit, and later we can walk to the playground to play frisbee." As I sat on the bench, it reminded me of last week's humorous incident that brought a broad smile on my face. My friends asked, "What's so funny? Share it with us as well so that we can also laugh with you." I hold Ria's hand and asked, "Don't you girls remember Ria's gossip with Aunt about her latest invention, the magical balloon?" How could you girls forget that hilarious conversation that took place here at the same bench? We all were secretly standing behind Ria near this bench to enjoy the conversation, and poor Ria didn't know we were spying on her. So this is Ria with her aunt here on a bench, and these are the three girls. This is Spriha, this is Aparna, and this is Sarah. Okay? So they're spying on Ria to know what she's gonna talk, the conversation she's gonna do with her aunt. We were all laughing together except Ria, who was not so happy as we were teasing and making fun of her. Spriya said, "Who can forget that exciting conversation?" She added, "That was Millennium's most funny conversation. I'm really feeling lucky to be a part of such conversation that has scientific and adventurous background." Ria was totally silent and obviously a little mad at us too. But she did not say anything. She was not looking at us even. Suddenly, Aparna turned to me and said, "Sarah, let's enact that fabulous conversation. You will act Aunt's role, and I will be acting Ria's role." I said, "That's a fantastic idea." I grabbed Ria's hairband and wore it like spectacles, as because Aunt was wearing spectacles the other day. We started to enact the conversation that took place between Ria and Aunt on that day. Aparna as Ria. "Hello, Aunt." Sarah as Aunt. "Hey dear, what's up?" Aparna as Ria. "Well, nothing much. In fact, I'm just waiting for my friends. We had planned to meet here to discuss on their science project. I've completed my project, but none of my friends have even started to work on their project yet. So they have called me to discuss on how to start and proceed on their project so they may finish their project on time. They can never complete any of their important project or assignment without asking for mine. One of my friends is working on reactivity series of metal. Another friend is preparing periodic table, whereas I don't even remember what the other friend has opted for her project. Aunt as Sarah. Sarah's aunt. "What is the topic of your project?" Aparna is Ria. "Aunt, as I told you before, I am an intelligent student of my class, so my topic of project can never be as simple as my friends' project topics. I have constructed a magical balloon in which a kid can ride. As I said, it is a magic balloon. It can only work in night. It has the capacity to detect if a person is in any sort of trouble. In such case, it will fly to them and help them." Okay, so this is the next picture. So this is Ria's imagination of her magic balloon. Okay, so this is the balloon, and it has went to save a kid, and here's the kid in the balloon. It's riding the balloon safely to its home. Okay, now let's go back to the story. Sarah as Aunt. It sounds great. You have done a splendid job. I assume that, as you have said, you have already finished your project. Did you try any practical demonstration of your magic balloon yet? Did your magic balloons able to find any person who's in any sort of trouble yet? Did your magic balloon help any person yet who was in trouble? Aparna as Ria replied after counting on her finger. "Yes, Aunt, I have done more than 5 practical on my magic balloon invention, and all of them were highly successful." Aunt as Sarah as Aunt. "You mean you have helped 5 people who were in trouble and needed help?" Aparna as Ria. "Yes, Aunt, it has indeed helped them. Trust me, Aunt," with loud laugh. "Oh, you know, Ria, you have a large invisible banner on your forehead which says, 'Trust me not.' So, dear, you tell me, how could I trust you?" With these words, Aunt just walked towards her granddaughter, who was playing with her friends in the park. So this is how we finished enacting the conversation between Ria and Aunt, which took place a few days back. Ria was still sulking to herself as we were teasing and making fun of her conversation with Aunt. The day when this super hilarious conversation took place, we had no idea that we were all standing just behind the bench where she was chatting with Aunt. After the conversation, when Aunt walked to her granddaughter, we all almost attacked on Ria with our questions about her latest invention. Ria was so shocked she had no words. Once Ria realized her situation, that she had been caught red-handed by us, she gathered some courage and asked, "When did you girls arrive? I had no idea that you all are standing right behind me. In fact, my mind was totally occupied in talking to Aunt." Spriha quipped, "Do you think you were talking to Aunt?" "No, dear. In fact, you were building castles in the air. It wouldn't be wrong if we call it that you were just daydreaming." That day, even Spriya couldn't resist herself to laugh. Aparna made a fist with her hand and placed it near my mouth just like a pretend mic and asked, "Sarah, do you want to say something to your friend Ria?" I said, "Well, I just want to know where Ria's latest invention magical balloon is. I really want to see her latest invention." We all laughed a lot except Ria, who seems to be getting upset as we were making fun of her. That day was completely a memorable day. Spriha announced, "Hey girls, let's walk to the ground to play frisbee." As she completed her announcement, we immediately headed to the ground. We all noticed that Ria was a little mad at us. Whenever Ria is angry, she becomes silent. This was not the first time when Ria was mad and silent. We're much familiar with Ria's habit of getting silent and mad when she is mad with her friends, so we all were pretending like everything's normal. We immediately took our positions to form a circle and started the game by aiming frisbee to the next girl in the circle. Our frisbee was flying from one hand to the other. We were having fun, but one thing that we all did notice, Ria was not concentrating in the game properly. That might be because of our drama. She was missing her turn to catch the frisbee after every third or fourth turn. This time too, Ria missed her turn and failed to catch the frisbee. Spriha couldn't resist herself and said, "Hey girl, are you busy building one more air castle again? Why are you not concentrating in playing?" We had no idea how much Ria was hurt due to our play of her conversation with Aunt. She was simmering with anger from inside. Eventually, she could not control the temperament and turned behind and thrown the frisbee very hard, which landed around 100 meters away from us. We saw that the frisbee fell on the ground near a white electric light pole. We all ran to grab the frisbee. While running, we all had our eyes fixed on the frisbee. In no time, we all were near the electrical light pole. But what a shock! As we all bowed down to pick up the frisbee from the ground, all of a sudden white fog started to appear and quickly it covered the entire area where we were standing. We no longer could see the frisbee as the fog was so dense. I rubbed my eyes to confirm if this is happening right in front of my eyes. Unfortunately, yes. But now the question was, where did the frisbee go? It was always at the center of our vision. As we reached near and bowed down to grab it, we could not find the frisbee. It was not there anymore. We were just wondering where the frisbee could disappear. So quickly, we looked around for a few minutes, but we could not find it at all. We had no answer. We were speechless. Spriya said in her scared voice, "Let's go home, as this strange evening needs an end now." Ria added, "Yes, we should leave now." I was so shocked, I didn't want to walk even a single step from there. I was like frozen at that place, and my friends were telling me to walk home with them. Spriha understood that we all needed each other's help, so she said, let's hold each other's hand and walk home all together." We held each other's hands and headed towards the exit gate of the park. But the horrific incident has probably turned us into robots, as we were not even talking with each other. We were almost completely senseless due to the shock we had just witnessed. Our heads were straight and firm. Our eyes were just staring straight, and our feet were moving in synchronization as if we were walking in our sleep. Soon, we were at the exit gate, but this mysterious evening had not ended here. All of a sudden, Aparna pointed her hand to a nearby wall, which was just next to the exit gate, and it had something written on it. We all looked at each other in suspicion, because when we arrived to the park, nothing was written on this wall, and wall was not painted even. As we moved closer to the wall to read the written text, the writing on the wall was, "It is always better to leave some questions unanswered." So this is the wall and the text. And here's the text here. "It is always better to leave some questions unanswered." We were completely shocked and stunned to read the message written on the wall. Aparna thought that the wall must be wet or sticky if something has painted it just now, or maybe even an hour before. So just to be sure, she walked closer to the wall and touched on the written text of the wall. As Aparna touched the written text of the wall with her finger, the paint and the written message just got disappeared, like there was never anything written before, and instead old, ruinous and dirty wall appeared, which looked like the same wall we had seen earlier when we had arrived at the park. We were frightened beyond belief by now, and it was the moment when we all looked at each other and said, "It's better to leave some questions unanswered." I hope you like the video and the story. If you like it, give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Bye!